The people who join this grief circle have been through it. They have had the awful diagnosis either for them, or for their baby, or maybe a combination, and they've had to make this horrific life-saving and peace-giving decision, so they just get it.
Our TFMR stories, pregnancy loss support in the heartbreak of terminating a wanted pregnancy. The following is an audio from a past Facebook Live in the TFMR support circle. I sometimes like to record the podcast live in the group, and I want to give you a taste of the type of support you can receive here with us. In this free Facebook group, you will find the support and connection you need in a safe, confidential space. Everyone goes through a screening process. You'll get your questions answered about grief and all the emotions and layers that come with TFMR, termination for medical reasons, and you'll be able to connect with other people who are dealing with and feeling the same things that you are, so you won't feel so alone. You can apply to join us in our free Facebook group in the TFMR support circle at the tfmrdoula.com/Facebook group, all one word. The link will be in the show notes to learn more. Now on to the recording.
If you're wondering if you can benefit from joining our TFMR grief circles, Ascend, in this video I want to share some common characteristics that I have noticed about the people who have joined in the past. You can listen and see if this sounds like you as well. So I've lit this candle for all of us. And in the comments at some point here, I will also add, it's not going to let me comment, of course not. Maybe when I finish, I will add the link so that you can go directly to the page and find out more of the information, the dates and the price and all of that is on the page. But right now I want to focus on some of the things that I get asked and the common characteristics of people who join the grief circle. So I would say the number one characteristic is busy. I would say that the people who join this grief circle are generally busy. A lot of them have even gone back to work, or they're doing other projects, or they're also raising their other kids. But they decide to join the grief circle because then they know, okay, I have this busy schedule. I know I have to work on these days and these days, but I have this time. I know that I'm signing up for this grief circle and I'm going to go and I'm going to do the grief work, look at my grief, be in a safe space, and actually get to journal and talk about what I'm going through so that I can continue to do the things in my life and also have this sacred, special space to talk about my baby, to honor my baby, to honor my grief process, all of those things. I would say that the people who join this grief circle really honor their own time, and they decide to come join so that they can be in this special space and give their grief the time that they know they need to give to it. Another characteristic that I've noticed, and I think this is just the TFMR baby loss experience in general, but the people who join at the beginning, they're feeling very isolated. They're feeling like even their partner doesn't really get it. They really want to talk to other people who have been through it. And that's part of the magic of Ascend, of the TFMR grief circles, is that it's live on Zoom. So we get to see each other's faces. You can see the compassion on the other people's faces as you're telling your story. As they're telling their stories, you nod and you feel it and you're like, yes, I've felt that way too. And I totally understand. And, when the thing that they're talking about, yeah, that sucks, or that's so beautiful, or yes, I love my baby in that way too. And we share and we break through that isolation. Another characteristic that I've noticed, and people on either spectrum, they ask me, is it too soon, or is it too late for me to join the grief circle? So I just want to let you know that we've had people who have joined like a day or 2 days after their termination, after they've lost their baby. So there is no too soon out. If you feel like a space like this would be beneficial to you, you know your grief, you know your process best. And even, as we go through the program, it's a 3-month program. So there may be like one session that you're like, I'm just not up for it today. And that's okay, because there are various sessions. We meet live at least 7 times during the course of the program. So if you're worried, well, I don't know, maybe some days I'll feel like it, some days I won't, because I'm so soon out and grief is so exhausting. And, today I feel like this and I don't even know how I'm going to feel tomorrow. I totally understand that about grief. And the people who are soon out, they benefit so much. And I actually like to have a good group of people who are fresh out, and then some people who are 3, 6, 1 year out. And then the other side, the other end of the spectrum, sometimes people ask me, oh, can I join? It's been 5 years. It's been 10 years. Is that really okay? And I say, yes, that is so okay, because the way that we interact with our grief, it continues, and we still want to honor our babies, and we want to learn to carry our grief well in the world. So even if you're very, very fresh out to like years, a decade longer out, come and join us. This is the space for that. There's no time limit. There's definitely no time limit on grief. So wherever you are in your journey. So I would say those are some of the characteristics. So I've mentioned people who join are generally busy. So they have a lot going on in their life, and they want to have this space to dedicate to their grief and know that it's set in their schedule. They are generally feeling pretty isolated. Their family members, their partner, even their therapist may not have gone through it. They may be good listening ears, but coming into a space where others have gone through it, we all have the lived experience of having lost a baby in this way. And I do too. In 2018, I lost my baby in this way. So it's been 4 years, but I say it still benefits me. Even though I'm the facilitator, I am one of the members of the group. So once we're in the circle, I say this at the beginning of each circle, we're all teacher and student both. So we listen and we learn from all of us. And that definitely helps the feeling of isolation, because we all just get it. We just get it. And then I would say people are, very fresh out or further out or anywhere on the spectrum. Really, I've seen people, and people have come into the grief circle from any time length of losing their baby. And the last characteristic, I guess, is another general characteristic. Your termination for medical reasons can be for whatever your reasons are. So the people who join this grief circle have been through it. They have had the awful diagnosis either for them, for their baby, or maybe a combination, and they've had to make this horrific and life-saving and peace-giving decision. So they just get it. But I just want to let you know that you're welcome no matter what your reasons are. And if you want to, I've had some people who reach out to me even before applying, like they'll send me a private message and they'll say, I don't know if my case applies or would be defined as a termination for medical reasons. And we talk about it and they tell me their story. And really everyone who's reached out and told me their stories, if you feel like your case is a termination for medical reasons, it's a termination for medical reasons. And no matter how fatal or non-fatal or gray or 1 in 1,000 could have survived, or these babies who have these conditions do survive, but with life-limiting conditions, whatever the diagnosis was, you belong in this group. And I actually do like to have a variety of cases together, because then even though we may come into the group with different reasons, and everyone does, everyone has their different reasons for needing to have a termination for medical reasons. But we come together, we may have different reasons, but we come together even still and we understand each other. So just to sum up, those are the characteristics that I notice about people who join the group. They're very busy. They want a space. They want to set aside time to do their grief work. And they also feel motivated. I guess that could be extra. Number 5, they also feel motivated by the fact that they will be doing this in a group with other people. So it's less scary. Sometimes I even set aside some of my grief work or whatever I'm working through for the next circle. I think, okay, Wednesday night is a circle. I've been mulling over this issue. I've been thinking about this grief layer that I've been working with. I'm going to bring it to the circle. And then I bring it to the circle and I apply the activities and I apply the journaling. And I also tell a story. I tell a myth or a goddess, god, archetypal energy story during the circle. And I try and apply whatever I'm going through as I listen to the story, as I do the writing, as I do the other exercises. And it helps. And it helps to do it in a group. So busy, also motivated by being with other people. If you're feeling isolated, just like other people in your life aren't really getting it, you really just want to be with other people who have been through it. And then very fresh to farther out, 5-10 years. So all of that applies. And number 5, it can be a TFMR for any reason, for maternal health, for your health, for the baby's health, for a combination. So when this video ends, I will add the link here below, and I hope to see you in the circle.
Thank you so much for listening in. I just want to let you know what the dates are for our next circle. We're going to be starting in July 2026, and you can click on the links and find the exact dates. I want to hear your story. I want to hear from you, and you are welcome in the circle.